This is my garden. On a cul-de-sac in Warwickshire, we have this little space of greenery. A place where our dogs can run free. A place where my sister can grow fruit and veg. A place that can be enjoyed. And a place that, if you're lucky, you may even see some wildlife. But we don't really get the wildlife we used to get. See, 5 or 6 years ago, that over there was a farmer's field, and the farmer would come through every single year. He'd harvest all of the crops, and with that, we got wildlife, such as deer, badgers, foxes, hedgehogs, and with birds as well. We got owls, other birds of prey, bats, woodpeckers. We got absolutely all sorts. But now that has been turned into a housing estate because farmers are losing their subsidies, and this guy, he was ahead of the curve and he thought, you know what, I'm going to get rid of that. If I'm losing my subsidy, I want my money somehow. So he sold it. So no more do we get the deer, the badgers. We sometimes get a fox, but we don't get any woodpeckers, we don't get any owls. All of that's gone. And I don't really have the power in myself to bring back the deer or the badgers, but I might have the power to bring back the birds. So I'm going to build a bird table. Now, in order to build my bird table, I'm going to need some wood. And luckily for me, we've got plenty of that. I think one of them is going to be my stand. Now all I need is something that's going to sit on the top where all the food's going to sit. And I'm going to need something to be a base so it can actually stand. And I think I'm going to put it over there. Right, and would you look at that? How convenient, eh? How convenient. Sound? We have these old chairs, right? I'm sort of tempted to smash them up and just sort of like lay them out. But before we get to that, I think I'll try and find something else. Back into the scary shed we go. Don't think there's anything in here though that I could use. Hello? Hello? Are you coming to help me build? You coming to help? You may notice she's had a bit of a haircut, but only on her back and her stomach. Her head, still like a lion. Look at you. Yeah. She's sort of mid-groom right now. It's really hot, it's 30 degrees, so we're trying to like make it a bit easier for her. And we stopped halfway through, so she looks horrendous. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Yes, look at that. Oh, so smooth. So smooth. But you look ridiculous. And you can see this is how much fur has come off already. And that's also a really good thing because all of that we can use for birds. So like birds that want to build their nests, they'll take stuff like this and put it into their nest to make it warmer, insulate it. Oh, this might be useful. It's a bit small though, but I do something like this would be good. It is a bit small. Oh, okay, look what I found. Hey, I think this is from those two chairs up the garden. So this looks like it might be good enough. It's a good size. Oh, look what I found. It's an egg. Oh, it's broken. But we'll leave that where I found it. Now before I go off trying to make this, right, I just wanted to explain this bit of the garden, okay? So you might notice there are loads of stinging nettles here. Loads and loads and loads that go all the way up the fence. We've got some plants and stuff as well around here. And this thing, right there, that is a crab apple tree. Now we've built this, we put these in place like 5 years ago or so because we wanted it to be a bit wilder. We wanted to like encourage wildlife back into the area, and like if you can hear, you might be able to hear some insects in here buzzing away, having a great time. We get quite a few bees in the garden, and this provides a bit of sustenance for stuff as well. So obviously it was a shame losing all of that out the back to a housing estate when it used to be a field and we had all the wildlife, but we have tried to like give wildlife a little bit of a home in our garden still. With all of these nettles and the crabapple tree, it does provide a bit of shelter for some things and a bit of food, so hopefully this bird table can provide more. Right, the first part of call is to get these nails out. How'd you do that then? I think is that. That's not it now. How did you get the nails out? You're supposed to whack them. Ah, there we go. Look at that. It's Bob the Builder. Now I just want to tell you, back in primary school this was, in year 4, so you're like 9 or 10 years old, we were asked to make a bridge out of a little bit of wood, bit of rope and some like glue and all that, and over the 3 days we had to make it, I made what looked like a 4-finger Kit Kat propped up by two 2-finger Kit Kats, and it was, well, as the teacher described it, the worst bridge she's ever seen. And that sort of put me off woodwork, you know. It was absolutely horrendous because some of these kids, right, and I thought this was quite a hard task, some of these kids were designing proper sophisticated bridges, okay? I'm talking like suspension bridges. I'm talking like the triangular bridge things. And I was just like, my 4-finger Kit Kat looked shocking, and it did. It was just 4 fingers just glued together. It looked horrendous. And I didn't really do anything woodwork related then until when it came to year 10 in school and you had to pick your GCSEs. I was offered the opportunity to either do woodwork or electronics. And I thought back to my past in year 4 and thought, woodwork's not for me. So I chose electronics. And I got a U. I am having difficulty getting that out of there. How do you do that then? I don't understand. Right, I found a new bit of wood. This has got no nails in it. There you go. This bit of wood. Go away. Now the only problem I've got with this one is it's not straight, so I'm gonna have to sort of like straighten that, I suppose. Why is this so hard? If there's any carpenters watching this, I'm really sorry, okay? There we go. I did it, I sawed it. Hey, look at that then. Straight as an arrow. I'll go to the other side now. Oh, that's 5 minutes. That was of sawing. Look at the sweat on my head. I'm sweating buckets. There we go then. Straight at both ends. Sort of. Oh, it's good, isn't it?
Yep.
What's happened there then? What's happened there?
Well, you didn't hit it into the wood.
Oh.
This is the most painful thing I've ever watched.
Oh, look at that. That's sturdy as. Look. Look.
Well, you've got to put it in the ground now. What's wrong with you? Is that from a shelf?
Yeah. Maybe repurposing stuff.
No.
It's like the leaning tower of bird tables, isn't it? So, something from a chest, a bit of plywood. That's going to do really well. And then it's sort of a bit skew width. And then the table. Right, well, it's standing now. Look at that. That's absolutely great, isn't it? 2 boards and a plank, bit of sawing. Nailed it, mate. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go get some bird food and stock it up. Before then, I had to go to work and the shop was shut after I finished. While I was at work though, I got a message from my mum which read lol, and this picture was included. That's my dad right there, using my freshly made bird table as a beer mat for his pint. I was absolutely livid, so the next day, I got my bird food and I confronted the old codger about his antics. Can you explain why you vandalised my bird table? Don't touch it. You put your beer on it? It's not a beer mat, is it? Huh? It's not funny. Why are you laughing?
Well, it's useful.
Right, anyway, I've been to the shop, I've got myself some bird food. First up, we got the sunflower hearts, loads of them for some wild birds. Next thing we got, wild bird food. We then got some peanuts, want to chuck them down, because birds are going to love that. And I've got some dried mealworms, look at them. They're disgusting, aren't they? But the birds are going to love it. And I've also got these like fat ball things. Loads of energy for birds and that. They'll love it. All of this stuff going on that bird table. Right, well, that ain't very good, is it? That's not where I want you to be. That survived the night, that did. Put a bit of weight on it, it's tipped. I've sort of broke a bucket as well. Keep that secret, alright? What's that? What's that? It's standing again? What? DIY? Now, I'm not being funny. Look. Oh, no. Oh. Attempt number 2. There we go, that's a bit better, isn't it? Bit of DIY down the bottom, just having a few things in. Alright, bird food now. Moment of truth. Look at that. It's got everything on top this time and it's not falling. Look, I can even prod it. Look at that. It's not falling. Bro, that's loads of peanuts, that is. They're going to bloody love this. Oh, mealworm galore, mate. Mealworm galore. Sunflower hat's coming on now. Bro, this is a feast. Just to top this off, I'm going to put a fat ball on there. One fat ball right in the centre for the birds. I can hear a bird already. Someone's just seen it, they're excited. Look at all of this. You've got the mealworms, the peanuts, the sunflower hearts, and this big chunky fat ball in the middle. Oh, that's a bird paradise. They're gonna bloody love it. So we're filming now, I'm in the kitchen. I've got a great view, an absolutely stunning view out to the bird table. So we just had a pigeon and a blackbird come look at it, but then my dad walked out there and they got scared. You scaring my birds? Huh? You scaring my birds? You gotta say for yourself. So now I've got to do is wait for my first customer. And this took longer than I was expecting. I didn't anticipate that the birds would be a bit cautious over a new feeding station, but they were. So for the next couple of days, I saw them diving in and out to test the waters. And then I thought I'd try again to see if they do now trust it and would have a feed. Oh, birds! Oh, one just came in and dipped out. There's one there. What's that one? I can't tell what that is. It's too small on my screen here. Right, I've got my screen. I can't tell what it is, but there was a bird just went and had a bit of a meal. They're flying around it, there's quite a few. There's one on the bird bath at the back. It's like, oh, another one just came in but dipped. This is really exciting. My bird table's worked. I've got birds. Wicked though, it's finally worked. It's taken a few days, but we've got birds. They've trusted it now. They're here. Yes. So what you heard right there was me exacerbating about the fact that there was a woodpecker, a great spotted woodpecker in this tree. Now we haven't seen a woodpecker in this garden for years, like years. And I think because that's out, it's come to have a look. It's been like 3 or 4 days since I put it out. We're getting quite a lot of sparrows and goldfinches go onto it. And then obviously that woodpecker came along and I saw it. I was doing the dishes, right? And I saw it on this pine tree and I was like, oh my God. So as I ran to get the camera, and literally, I got into this doorway here, it flew off, and that's the bit you can see on the GoPro. So, now I know that's there, I'm going to give it something to try and feed on. So, I'm going to get myself something to put on that tree where it can feed on nuts. But you'll have to wait until the next episode to see that. Because obviously this is going to be episodical. This is Cookie's garden. But yeah, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed. If we have, like, subscribe. If you want to support the channel, feel free to do so. Links are in the description down below. Thank you all to the patrons and members. I really appreciate you. And I've had good fun building bird table. See you later.